Headline from Fox Business. 1/3 of small business owners worried their companies won't survive 2024. Slack released the results of a survey on small business owners that found nearly 1/3, 32% of respondents are worried their business will not survive through the end of the year, 38% saying they are more concerned about their company heading into this year than last. While 71% of the 2,000 entrepreneurs polled said they're optimistic about the state of their business, the top concerns they cited were inflation, economic conditions, the need to raise prices, and increase competition. Well, welcome to being in business, boys and girls. I have never been in business in 45 years of doing it that I didn't struggle with inflation, the need to raise prices, and increased competition. It's rough out there. More than a quarter, 26% surveyed, said they use new technology, including AI, and more than 1/3, 35%, said they're excited to add updates to the new tech tools to their operations this year. AI will continue to capture entrepreneurs' attention with its ability to enhance productivity and optimize the way we work. AI is a thing we're spending a lot of time considering around Ramsey for a couple of reasons. One is it's a way to get work done. Two is it's a way, when you are in the business we're in, of content production where everyone can steal everything you do. For instance, there's 4 workbooks on Amazon right now that AI produced and stole are in complete violation of our copyright, and we've got our publishers pulling them down right now. You can get a workbook for the Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Complete theft, complete piracy, sold on Amazon. But all it is, it's these on-demand publishers that are running AI, some pirate, and they're posting the stuff up there and freaking stealing is what they're doing. So Amazon will take them down, but they're getting more of them put up than they can get took down, so they're being inundated with these pirates. And they're probably going to have to build something into their algorithm to keep the crap down. So AI piracy is real. We've had a lot of fun with it, making fun of me around Ramsey, leaving my voice synthesized. I can't even say it. See, you probably put that on AI too. But me leaving a voicemail saying things I didn't say, completely AI created. It's kind of funny, but it also scares the bejesus out of you because somebody could say something really evil that I didn't say or nasty that I didn't say, and then some of you would believe it. And then there you would be. So it's dangerous and it's scary in that regard. It is a genie in the bottle. It is a Pandora's box that when it gets open, but it also, with principles operated by principled people, is a tremendous opportunity. It's simply technology. The technology is amoral. It doesn't have morals. It's not good or it's not bad till it touches a crook's hand, and then crooks will find a way to use it to steal, and good people will find a way to use it to create more good things. And so we're using principles where you're not going to hear an AI-generated voice out of Ramsey. We've made that decision. We're using AI to do background work that's not public-facing, and it gets work done. Well, that's going to put some people out of a job. People have always been out of a job by market disruptions. As long as there has been a free economy, there's been market disruptions. In 1806, at the age of 23, Frederick Tudor bought his first brig called the Favorite. He bought it to carry ice cut from his father's farm, and ship it from upstate New York to Martinique, where he decided at 23 years old that they needed ice. By the time it got there, almost all of it had melted. So the young guy figured out we have to keep the ice from melting and invented what we now call insulation. And Frederick Tudor, if you look him up on Wikipedia or wherever, was called the Ice King because he became a multi-gazillionaire in those days as he learned to ship ice to the south and the southern areas, and the ice industry as a method of preserving food and increasing the quality of life in other ways was born. The turn of the century, not 1806, but 1906, saw the ice industry not having changed much. It is now being delivered in 1906 on a wagon to your great something mother's house, grandfather's house. It was called an ice wagon. Big tongs were used to carry the big blocks of ice into their house. There was a small insulated box with a door that was in the kitchen. You set the big, huge chunk of ice, a foot by a foot or 2 foot by 2 foot, in the bottom of that box. It was called the ice box. That's why some people still call the refrigerator in your house an ice box, because that's what it originally was. Very little market disruption between the time Frederick Tudor in 1806 of 23 carves some blocks of ice out and takes them to Martinique, figures out a way to do it not melting, becomes a multi-gazillionaire doing that. 100 years later, basically, the technology is still running the same. Until in the 20s, General Motors decided they needed to, in their R&D lab, and the guys are in there screwing around with chemistry, and they basically discovered refrigeration and created the first refrigerated box in your house, and the company was called Frigidaire. So Frigidaire comes on the scene. Now there are ice houses all over America that store big blocks of ice. Tongs, trucks now in the 20s, no longer horses and carriage in most areas, are delivering blocks of ice. So the ice wagon would roll up in front of houses, and all of a sudden, the Frigidaire is on the scene. So as the refrigerator, as we know it today, came into being and penetrated the market and got brand penetration into the marketplace, the ice houses are quickly out of business. New technology, in our case AI, we're using this as an example, put an old technology out of business. Or did it? Because you see, in Dallas, Texas, about that time, there was a guy named Johnny Green. Everybody called him Uncle Johnny. Uncle Johnny had one of these ice houses. And he kept, in his ice house, in addition to ice, he kept bacon and eggs and other meats and things that people needed. And they could come by the ice house and buy these things that he had kept refrigerated in the ice house, and he also delivered ice. Well, he had a whole bunch of these ice houses all over Texas. He was in Dallas. And the refrigeration came on the scene, but Uncle Johnny had already figured out that the ice was going away, no pun intended, and decided to expand this idea of having food available as a convenience to his customers, and he named his stores after the hours that he was open, 7 to 11. The 7-Eleven was born because of a marketplace disruption of a technology. And the irony of ironies is, last year they sold $80 bazillion, whatever the number is, in ice for people to go on a picnic or cool down their beer. Wow. So is AI going to put you out of business? Yeah, if you're a victim. But if you're a victor, like Uncle Johnny, you're going to figure out a way that AI makes you more money than you ever made in your whole life, because you're going to serve more people than you ever served in your whole life. So don't sit around, suck your thumb, and answer Fox Business surveys and say you're going out of business because somebody invented a great new technology and a couple of pirates are misusing it. There's some awesome things you can do with this. I don't know what all it's going to do. I can tell you this, it's already a pain in the butt, and it's already a huge blessing. Welcome to market disruptions. Welcome to new technologies. When I started all of this, the internet hadn't been invented. We had to box up what we were saying on things called cassette tapes and mail them to you. We were piping in sunshine. We didn't have anything. There was no way to do this. Thank God the internet came along. And then podcasts came along. And there's like 2 million people doing what I'm doing right here, right this second. Isn't that bizarre? Well, guess what? That new technology is going to put 1.9 million of those people out of business because they generally suck at what they do. So we're not going to be out of business because we don't suck at what we do. We're just doing it in a different way on a new technology, taking advantage of a new methodology for delivery. We are platform agnostic, baby. We're just here to help you. We'll put it in a printed book, an ebook, an audio book, a podcast, a YouTube short. Shut up. We're going to get it to you. There's a whole bunch of ways to mess with you people and help you people and serve you people. It's what we do. So we love new technologies, but they terrify us just like you. But they also terrify us because we were afraid we're going to miss what all the good they could do. Somebody might beat us to the idea of opening the next 7-Eleven while we sit around whining about a Biden economy. But before there was a Biden economy, there was a Barack Obama economy. Before that, there was, God help us, a Bill Clinton economy. And there was a Jimmy Carter economy if you really want screwed. Yeah, interest rates were 18%. They make your little wimpy interest rates today look like wussification. So, there's always a reason to fail, boys and girls. There's always more reasons to fail than to win. And that's why we stand back and look at people who are successful and admire them. Because there's a lot more reasons logically to fail than there is to win. AI is going to put some of you down. And AI is going to put some of you on the moon. Or at least some version of you. We're going to be okay, guys. We're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. The robots are not taking over. Will Smith was wrong. We're going to be okay. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. Just remember, Uncle Johnny and Frederick Tudor, they survived Frigidaire. So think it through. It's all going to work out. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.